Good afternoon to all our fibromyalgia and lupus friends. Welcome to a special edition of Community Connect at a new hour. We apologize we weren't able to make it earlier this morning, but we are happy to do this afternoon. I'm Melissa Tallwar from the Support Fibromyalgia Network. We are a nonprofit organization focused on fibromyalgia patient and medical education, research, and advocacy. And I'm joined by my lovely guest from the Looms For Lupus organization.
Hi, everyone. I am Estela Mata, one of the Mata sisters and co-founders of Looms For Lupus, a nonprofit organization based out of California that was founded by my sisters and I when my sister was diagnosed with lupus. We help and support those living with lupus and overlapping conditions such as fibromyalgia and their caregivers and loved ones as well. So we support the whole community. Another thing that we have been working on with Melissa is supporting the mental health community as well, because we know that living with a chronic condition like lupus and diabetes and everything else, takes a toll on our mental health, and our mental health is as important as our physical health. So I'm excited to be here today. And again, we're showing up a little late, but it's because we've been working on amazing things for you and for us and for the whole community.
Oh, I know. We've been busy this morning, and there's a lot going on this week. So we're happy to bring everyone updates. I know we're going to go through a lot, but please post your comments, share with your friends. We have updates coming. I know Estela has updates from Looms For Lupus and the work they're doing with Mental Health Mondays, support groups, also new lupus news, and she was attending a new conference, which she'll talk about as well. We also will be talking about the Fibromyalgia Impact Tour and advocacy efforts we've already started, and also include California for Improved Patient Access. We were just on a call earlier today, so we'll be sharing some more information about that. But let's get started. Let's get some updates from you and on the Looms For Lupus side.
Yes, so first and foremost, for the lupus and fibromyalgia community, we are continuing to provide the Zoom support groups every second Saturday of the month. So look out for the information that will be coming out. We're continuing to do that every second Saturday of the month at 9:30 a.m. And if you are interested in attending, just email us at info@loomsforlupus.org and we will get you the information. We also continue to do the Facebook Live support group in Spanish via Facebook Live at 8 a.m. every second Saturday of the month. Para los del habla hispana, tenemos el grupo de apoyo cada segundo sábado del mes en vivo en nuestra página de Facebook a las 8 de la mañana. And another amazing thing is that, yes, we are continuing to do our Mental Health Mondays. We are continuing to do the Spanish versions, and we have a special guest this coming Monday, so look out for the post coming soon. Her name is Celeste Gallegos Vasquez, and we're going to be going over just different ways of monitoring, kind of like a thermometer, a feeling thermometer. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, Melissa, which kind of goes, you could be a personalized feeling thermometer as to how you're feeling and letting others know how you're feeling so they can best support you. So I'm looking forward to that. And also, I did attend the conference that you were talking about. So I'll tell you a little bit about that amazing conference. So that conference was held. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
I thought I got perfect. So the conference that I attended was created, or actually, let me give you the name of it. I don't want to mess up their name. And give me 1 second so I had it like, oh my gosh, where is it at? I have it right in front of me and I can't see the name of it.
This is when we have a lot of stuff going on.
I know. It's Families USA, their 26th annual health action conference. And what it is, it's basically a conference where you get to learn about all the different ways how the new, all the things that you can do as a patient and as a patient advocate to share your story, and how impactful it is for you as a patient to share the stories with the legislators to bring light into whatever issue that you're going through. So this Health Action 2021 was a 3-day conference. I was able to attend 2 of the days, and it's just so inspiring to see how patients that are, going through whatever, whether it's an illness that you're going through, whether you're a caregiver of someone that is living with an illness, or just support in healthcare in general, just with the access to health. Also, there were discussions about how there's so much racism and health equity and the issues around all the political environments and how they impact the way we get treated or the way we get our health care in this country. So it was pretty amazing to see that so many patients were empowered to not only to share their story, but to support each other and learn how to, in a very creative way, share their story. So it was really, really amazing to attend that. And their theme was, and I'll tell you, it was power, impact, and now. And what this basically means is you have the power as a patient to make an impact by sharing your story, and you should share your story on your terms when it's your now. So it was just amazing to see that, that message around. It was inspiring. It was powerful. Again, power, impact, now. And I'm just excited that I was able to attend that amazing conference, which kind of ties into the call that we were in a little bit ago, Melissa.
Right. We joined up with the California for Improved Patient Access call, and I'm trying to get all those words in. It's a full group of all kinds of organizations and members of those organizations and advocacy groups. So we got to join on the call and we learned more. And they were presenting a bill of information, which is AB 347. And this will add protections and transparency to current utilization management protocols to ensure patients have access to the treatments they need without delays that can worsen their medical condition. And I know they are going to give us more information so we can put together a full social media plan. They're going to have some more media kits. So please follow all our social media channels so you can join in. They want to hear patient stories. I know Estella and Juana are going to be presenting their patient stories. They were introduced in the group. So I'm definitely excited and we're excited to share with our communities more about all this information, because I know not everyone can be on these calls. So we are happy to share this with our community members.
Yes, and it is so important. You just, not everyone has the time or the access to attend these amazing conferences where where we get to learn how we can utilize our voice in making change and make an impact and hopefully create change for not just ourselves, but for everyone else. And yes, that bill that we're working on or that we're supporting, along with so many other amazing organizations like yours, with Support Fibro, Melissa, and Looms For Lupus, and also the AI Arthritis Foundation. There's many, many organizations that are coming together and getting patient stories. So why is this important, and why are we talking about it here in the lupus and autoimmune condition community, in our fibromyalgia community? Why? Because this will impact you. As if you are going to receive some sort of healthcare services in the future, even if you're not receiving them now, even if you're super healthy now, this impacts you. So what the AB 347 bill is about is basically step therapy. And what is step therapy, right? That's one of the things that I think everyone has been battling with, is the knowledge of not knowing or understanding that you as a patient have rights, and also that there are so many things that we as patients or consumers, healthcare consumers, need to learn about. So if you don't know if you're, want to sharpen your skills with a healthcare literacy, if you don't know what utilization management is or step therapy is, we are so excited to announce that not only will we give you the information about this bill, the AB 347, but we're also going to give you a whole session live on Facebook Live to let you know what these terms mean and what all of this means to you. Because guess what? Maybe you have gone through a situation like this where you were forced to take a specific treatment, or maybe denied a treatment, or not given the option of trying a specific treatment because it was too costly. So all of these things are important. So look out. We are going to do this month in February. We will be partnering with California Chronic Care Coalition and the mypatientsrights.org. Yes, there is an organization dedicated especially to patients, mypatientsrights.org, and we are going to get experts to come on and talk to you about your rights as a patient, as a healthcare consumer, and learn about step therapy, utilization management, and the many ways that you can support and also share your story. So we want to just empower you with knowledge.
Exactly. And please feel free to ask questions when we present this. I mean, these are opportunities to learn, because I know a lot of information can be very confusing, or even like when people are presenting and are using really technical terms or talking about stuff, they make an assumption that we understand what they're talking about. And sometimes you're just like, wait, what? And if, with fibro fog and brain fog and all these things, sometimes you're just like, wait, what did they just say? Or I need more coffee for this. So please just, leave comments, ask questions. We love questions so we can clarify. And the whole point is so we can all learn together. And we're learning through this process together. As patients, we can empower ourselves, just like Estella mentioned, with the knowledge if you're interested in learning, or that way you have an area and access to figure out where you can learn more if it does come up in your healthcare.
Yes, because if I just say utilization management 3 times, you're probably going to be like 747, which is the term that I use for way over my head. However, if we say treatments, the several treatments to get to the treatment that you actually need is a lot easier to understand. So I know I had to use the 747 when you were talking about how things go over your head, because that's like, the 747 plane. I'm a little nerdy today.
You're probably nerdier than I am. I mean, today's one of those days where it's like, you got the brain fog and you're in these meetings and you're not processing. I feel a little bit squirrely today or spaced out. So I even like randomly asked a different question on the other chats, and I was like, oh yeah. I'm like, okay, so. But that's why we come on, is to help our communities understand it's okay. Like, you're not expected to know everything. And then if you need to get the answers, what are the resources out there that you can find them and quickly find them and find the help that you need, because it is so confusing. I mean, we talked about this before, the whole healthcare system and healthcare insurance and payments and all this stuff that's coming up even now more so than ever is very confusing.
Yes, I wish there was a place where we could just, go to and say, what does this mean? Or someone to help us go through our different challenges, reading a explanation of benefits, like what is that anyway, So it's great to be able to partner with other organizations like the mypatientsrights.org, where they are looking out for the patients, and they're, and giving us the knowledge, I think, to empower us as individuals is pretty amazing. So I'm just excited to continue to do all the work that we're doing. Melissa, you need to talk to them about the amazing thing that's happening next Friday on February the 5th.
Is it already February? Well, we are kicking things off for the Fibromyalgia Impact Tour. So our first community impact guest will be Looms For Lupus, and though they're virtually going on the road with us, we really wanted to do this in person, and we were going to have Looms For Lupus and other guests join us on the road. So we're going to do this virtually and meet a lot of other advocates. We're going to start off by doing our community impact interviews with other advocates around the country that are making a local impact. Maybe they have support groups, other organizations, or doing other advocacy efforts. So we're going to welcome them on. And then in March and April, we're going to go through and continue with art workshops, creative workshops. We're going to talk about how to incorporate music into your life. We have gardening. We're going to talk about organic gardening. So we have some speakers coming on for that. Chefs, like how do you adapt recipes? So a lot of like quality of life improvement when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to sleep and stress management, rooted in functional medicine. We still have to put the talk on specifically functional medicine as well.
Yes, and all of this is all for you. And where did this come up with? Did Melissa and I just want to get on a little van and go touring along with my sister? This actually was something that Melissa created, that she came up with, because she knows that in our communities, we have so many other gaps that need to be filled. We need to not only learn about what nonprofits or small patient-centric nonprofit organizations are doing for the community, but also what is lacking in our community. What do we need? And that is why I think this is so amazing, and being able to not only share this space with Support Fibro and our lupus and fibromyalgia community, but also looking at how we can help with the community as a whole. So I think that's really, really great, because not only will you get support for obviously your chronic illnesses with a functional medicine, how to incorporate that into your lives, how to make the changes that you need to live a healthy lifestyle and help you live and thrive with you, even if you have these chronic conditions, but also learning different mental health modalities that you can incorporate and enjoy as you're moving into and shifting into this new health lifestyle. With the gardening, I don't know if you guys saw, but Melissa's gardening skills are amazing. I don't have a green thumb, and the cauliflower that you posted the other day, it looks so beautiful to me. I'm like, I wish I could grow one of those one day.
Well, it's hard. I didn't say that I could always grow food. I mean, I started out as really difficult as a chronic pain gardener to even get to do what I did. So I started out with small, very small containers, like a small herb garden, just in containers. So I think that's what we're going to share from other experts that have done it before and actually have autoimmune conditions or have chronic pain conditions that are way beyond my expertise, but have put out books and have lived with it and have seen the benefits of growing their own food in their own health. And that's we're lucky to have we're working with Healthy Voices. They awarded Support Fibro a grant award to do this impact tour. And it's not just about fibromyalgia, it's about all our communities, autoimmune communities we welcome, because we are talking about those lifestyle changes, and quality of life, which we'll approach from a functional medicine standpoint. But it definitely is exciting to do an imaginary virtual tour. And this is great because we can reach all of you out there. It doesn't matter what state you're in, you can join in. Please take advantage of this and post your comments and enjoy the content, no matter where you are in the world, because we want everyone to benefit from this. That's the goal. And enjoy with it. And then right then and there too, it's going to lead right into advocacy for May. So you'll have a whole bunch of information, which I'm excited for. We're working with Crystal Kent from the Fibromyalgia Pain Chronicles and Veteran Voices for Fibromyalgia, and some other advocates internationally, Carrie from My Several Worlds. So we have a lot going on for the next few months. So we really need people to tune in, share our content with your friends. Let them know, all kinds of educational information and advocacy proclamations, Capitol Hill virtual experiences coming soon.
Yes. And, one of the things I just remembered, because as you were talking about all these collaborations and all these amazing organizations, not like you said, not only for the fibromyalgia or lupus community, this is for everyone. We're including rare disease community. We're including autoimmune community. We're including the community as a whole. And you can be part of this amazing tour and partner with us and come along for the ride. So we have a couple of interviews coming, or what is it, like special guests coming on in February. So we're just excited to kick off everything next Friday. So if you have not shared it yet, if you see it on a post, I think it's on Facebook, please share it with your different communities. The more people we have for our kickoff next Friday, the better. And the better it's going to be, because don't you want to be a part of something fun and life-changing for our communities? I would be.
Well, and we get to hear from so many people, because this isn't supposed to be just like a one-time, off type of event where we just kind of showcase one organization or advocate. Like, we want you to really get connected to a lot of the organizations in your own community that are doing some great work that you may not hear about quite often. There's different support group leaders around the country. There's different community leaders, and they're building like community gardens, or they're helping hand out food right now. So we want to highlight them.
Your throat is like mine. That's not, you know what? I think what it is because we have been on so many of these calls, and then also on the phone and doing all this networking. Today, I was talking to someone in Louisiana, so it's pretty amazing to see the impact that we're going to have. And hopefully at the end of this tour, we can highlight in a map for you. Well, Melissa, because she's the techie, nerdy person when it comes to this, highlight all the places that we traveled together. Yes, that we traveled together, because we cannot do this or make this happen just the two of us or the three of us along with my sister. We need you to be able to make an impact, because this is the Impact Tour. And we want to make that impact. So, oh, look, Julie. Hi, Julie. Julie just said that she's looking forward to the virtual activities. And I can't read the rest of the message. You probably can.
Oh, I need it at this time. So yeah, I mean, hello to everyone. It's good, and we want to make it fun, and enjoyable, and stuff that you'll like. Just so if there's content that you definitely want to hear and hear from us, I know there's been different requests for like chair yoga and all of that as well. Oh, this is like a better time for her. I know sometimes we go early in the morning, so we'll have to remember that.
Yeah, maybe we can do this. We'll see if we can. The problem is, I know sometimes my sister can't join, but we have to figure out a way to bring this to you guys in the afternoon. But remember that, oh, look, Blanca. Hi, Blanca. She said, count me in. Remember that these are recorded. We're also sharing this on Twitter. It's shared on Facebook on our pages, and also if we go under an hour, it goes on Instagram as well. So we're trying to reach, and YouTube, we're trying to reach every single person that we can. So yes, Blanca, please share, and you can invite your kids to be part of this as well. And that's one of the amazing things. And I just saw Rosendo come on, and his daughter or his granddaughters, which they're in different ages, they all participate in a lot of the events that we have. So it's pretty amazing to see that children and young adults are also part of this, because guess what? They're the future. And, there are future generations that are going to continue this path for everyone in our community. So it's pretty amazing to see that we're reaching out to everyone. But
yeah, I mean, we're working on giveaways. We want to make it as interactive as possible for everyone to participate in. Some stuff will be live. I don't know. We're trying to figure out if everything should be live versus maybe a couple like Zoom workshops where people register separately. So we're still working on a little bit, because we want everyone to experience it and have fun as much as possible. So I think, and then when we turn into May, we'll incorporate a lot more of the international aspects.
Yes, and remember, you have a voice, and so we're not only going to want you to participate with us in this tour, but we're also going to be bringing you tools on how to utilize your voice as a patient advocate, as a caregiver advocate, to also help us with advocacy efforts, which again, we're doing several things, and I know we're throwing maybe too much at you right now, but just remember, we're touring together for the community. We're doing advocacy work that will help us in our future, healthcare needs and our current healthcare needs. And we're going to bring all this to you. And you're going to be empowered to not only get this knowledge, but share it. We're going to be bringing you the tour. We're going to be bringing you the live support, so where you can learn about all this, healthcare literacy. And then also, we're continuing to provide the actual support for you as an individual with living with these conditions, such as lupus and fibromyalgia. All this is pretty amazing. And also, like I said, we're continuing the mental health, aspect of it in Spanish this coming Monday. But we have the pre-recorded sessions in English that we did in December, and also the first Monday of January. And that brings me to the next thing, Melissa. We attended the Mental Health Consortium with our Congresswoman, Grace Napolitano, which, by the way, she is just amazing because she continues to provide support and continues to work on different bills to be passed to support not only our children that are in schools that need mental health services, but also the community as a whole. So there are so many meetings that are going to be happening. There's going to be huddles that are going to be specific to like kids or students or teachers or community volunteers like us. So I'm just looking forward to continuing to work along her staff and all the other amazing organizations, because we need to also talk about mental health and the stigma, and especially right now with a pandemic and living with a chronic condition or supporting someone and just being isolated, it's taking a toll on everyone. We miss each other, and we need to know what being depressed is like. Let's look at the symptoms. If we are having suicidal ideation, like ideas of suicide, who do we reach out to? All these are very important. And again, I want to give a shout out to our Congresswoman, Grace Napolitano, to her staff, Irene, to Joseph Ciccone, who is actually in DC working on all these bills. And we're hoping to have a couple pass and bring you more information about that.
Well, that's fantastic. And again, just to reiterate, I know we've thrown out a lot of updates and information for you on meetings and stuff. And we also share a lot of webinar links on advocacy and other NIH related information that you can join if you have other questions. But the whole big takeaway is, please, if you're interested in getting involved, get involved, ask us questions. If you want us to find a webinar on something in particular or something that Estella has mentioned, either in mental health or patient access, we'll be happy to share that information with you as we get it, or include you in the calls, because what we're trying to do is just make it accessible for people and not create any barriers to getting this information or being involved as an advocate, because all of you matter out there. It's not just an exclusive club. Like Estella and I didn't join some exclusive club that is like, you are not allowed to like enter. That is not what this is about. We're trying to break down those barriers, actually, because I know in my journey, it's felt like that. It's felt like you're not good enough. You're going to be picked last for the team. So I don't want other people to feel like that. And Estella and Juana have been fantastic in inviting me to things. So we just want to spread the love with everyone and encourage other advocates to get involved. And it's huge. Your voice matters. Your story matters. And I know Blanca got involved in our last advocacy day. So we're definitely going to continue with having other people involved as much as possible.
Yes. And, it's so great that you mentioned that, Melissa, because a lot of times we hear when people say, oh, we're here as a patient's voice, we're representing the patient's voice, and they don't allow people to learn about it or be part of things. In us, the way we are, we were you. We were at home. We knew that we needed to have a voice. We didn't know who to reach out to. We've met so many incredible people that have helped us, be the voice and learn about how to advocate. We learned about the proclamations. How do you ask for a proclamation in your city? And what did we do? We didn't just take it and run with it and, show off the proclamations, because that's not what it's about. It's about empowering you to also learn how to do this yourself and ask for a proclamation in your city. And that's what Melissa with Support Fibro and Looms for Lupus is doing. We are working together to bring this to you and empower you. It's not about us getting on some sort of level like, okay, we're up here and you're here. No, we're bringing everyone up, which kind of reminded me of Patient Rising, because that's where we're going to be. We're going to be attending a seminar or what is it like?
It's an advocacy masterclass.
Yes, we're going to be masters in advocacy. But guess what?
14 weeks.
Yes, 14 weeks of amazing, amazing training. Melissa's going to be attending. Juana's going to be attending. I'm going to be attending. And I believe our friend, Christine von Reisfeld. So shout out and hi to Christine, because everything that we learned there, we applied for the scholarship, we got in. Everything that we learn is going to come back to you, to the community. Because what good would it be for us to attend something, to learn the curriculum and leave it just for us? That's not advocating. That's not amplifying the patient's voice. That's not doing any of that. To amplify a patient's voice and to empower the community is to share what you know, share the knowledge, and empower them and help them also feel empowered to share their story. So anyways, I know I'm rambling now. It's just exciting news, exciting things that are coming up in just this first month of January 2021. The things that we're working on for this year, despite of the pandemic, I think are going to be amazing for our communities.
Yes, and please, like we said, please comment, share with your friends, utilize the virtual experiences as much as possible, because you can watch from the comfort of your own home with your PJs and all comfy like slippers. So you can enjoy, and no traveling involved for us, and we'll be here. So happy to share that information. Was there any other updates we missed from your end?
I think those are the updates that I have right now. We had, the Families USA patients engagement and empowerment that I attended, the mental health consortium meeting that we attended, which again is to empower and let everyone know that there's still being work done out there for the mental health community. And also we gave the information about the Patients Rising Conference, which is going to enable us to teach you guys how to be empowered and share your story. And then you also gave the update about the AB 347 bill that we're working on, and hopefully bring information with mypatientsrights.org and have you learn about what step therapy is, what utilization management is, and how you can also have a voice as a patient if you've gone through something like that, and share your story. And you never know, you could be the change. Your story can help pass a bill that will help not just you, but everyone else. So those are all the updates. And of course, the most important one, which was the Fibro tour.
Oh, I know. And who'd have thought? I almost forgot to announce that next Friday. So that's all going to start next Friday. So get ready for it. And I don't know if it's already set though. You're also doing a mental health chat, right? With rare disease for the rare disease launch weekend.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So part of, also working with all the communities, it's to be inclusive of the rare disease community. My sister also lives with a rare disease, which, we don't always highlight or talk about, but they do exist. And what happens is these communities sometimes also need to have their voices amplified throughout the community. So yes, we are partnering with David Ross. He's an amazing, amazing patient advocate. He's working also with Emmett from the Lupus Warriors, and also with Dion. And they're doing a mental health series for male patients that live with chronic illnesses. So what we are going to be doing is we are going to be partnering with David, the rare disease patient advocate. I think he calls himself the zebra, male zebra. And we will be doing a Twitter chat on February 28th, which is Rare Disease Day. And we are going to be talking about the impact that mental health has in rare disease communities. I know we all live with different conditions. Some of us are healthy, but mental health does play a huge role on us. And I'm sure if we don't have a rare disease, we either know someone or care for someone that does. So it's amazing to be able to work with him. He is from the UK, and it's just amazing to see his passion, his drive of trying to work and network as much as he can to bring awareness and also to support his fellow male rare disease, other patient advocates. And not only that, I think one of the things that I love about him is the fact that he's so genuine, and he tells you if he needs help or he wants to help in any way that he can. And it's just great to be able to support someone that really cares about sharing his story and helping the community. So yeah, shout out to David Ross. I'll be sending you the message, David, because guess what? I think he's going to be one of our guests to talk about rare disease in our tour. So we are including rare disease, and hopefully he can join us for an interview so he could talk about that Twitter chat that we're going to have on February 28th. So hopefully we can have him on in the morning. We'll just confirm with him, and then we'll do the Twitter chat, which if you guys don't know what a Twitter chat is, it's basically if you go on Twitter, you kind of have a conversation with, kind of texting and posts, which is something new and amazing. If you have not done it, it's a great way to connect and interact. So I know I said a lot, but I had to share that whole thing about David because he inspires me. He works so much, not only, as a father to support and provide for his daughters, but also as a huge advocate. And I can't think of right now because of fibrofog what his rare disease is, but I believe his mom also had it. So it's great to be able to help support someone that is such a great, passionate patient advocate.
Well, and I think we need to learn more about what rare disease is more in the segment. How is it diagnosed? Because sometimes I know with the fibromyalgia community, we get the diagnosis of fibromyalgia and then they stop looking for anything else. But is it really fibromyalgia or is it something else? And this is the whole biggest question. So having this other information is super important. And again, going back to, we can't just be in one silo of fibromyalgia because there's a lot of things that we can do in our chronic illness communities to help each other. And to know that, David's a resource in the UK. Yeah, he may not be diagnosed with fibromyalgia, but he is a resource and an amazing advocate over in the UK location, and he might be able to help someone else.
Definitely. And then just one more thing that I was forgetting about is I know we haven't been doing the Instagram live. So maybe what we can do, Melissa, is bring an Instagram live so we can also engage the Instagram followers to know and learn more about this. I know sometimes these videos, you're caught up with all kinds of stuff. You might not watch the whole video, but I think it'd be good for us to interact and remind them that we are here in the Instagram community as well, on Twitter, on Facebook. There's just different ways to be able to stay connected and empowered. So, I mean, it's just pretty amazing to see that we're making an impact, Melissa. And
well, that's what it's all going to be about. It's all about making an impact.
And it brings me joy all at the same time, which, that's one of the things that one of the advocates that closed yesterday in the session for the Families USA conference, she is an advocate for her daughter. And she said, don't forget to have fun and do the things that bring you joy. And to me, I have fun. I'm going to have fun touring with you. I've had fun since the day I met you. And we're just learning together, and it's pretty amazing to be able to bring this to everyone. And, I can't emphasize enough just the amount of gratitude that I have because I practice a gratefulness, a gratitude I have for you, Melissa, because of you, we do this Community Connect. And because of you, we're able to share what we are doing and the impact that we're making in our communities for all of you. Sometimes I don't sleep because I have things that I haven't checked off my list, my to-do list for the fibromyalgia and the lupus community and the community as a whole. So I do want to, I'm grateful for you, Melissa, for holding me accountable, for continuing to do these lives and bring the information of what we're doing to our community.
Well, thankfully, I'm usually the driver on tour, so I can drive and then everybody else can sleep. So you can finally get some sleep on the road virtually, hopefully.
Right. Yes, we were just talking about that. I said, if we were like in a van, I could go ahead and work away and be like on camera the whole time. Melissa's like, I will be doing the driving because I could drive for a long time. I can't. If you are not talking to me or giving me something to eat or drink, don't expect me to drive more than 3 hours. And why do I say 3 hours? Because every day I used to commute to El Segundo from Baldwin Park, and it would take me an average of an hour to an hour and a half daily one way, and an average of 3 hours a day to travel to and from. So I'm enjoying these extra 3 hours that I have to work on the community projects that we're doing. So I'm just,
well, those are like intense traffic. I mean, I'm talking about like open road where you like
step on the pedal, blast the music.
Yeah, we just, put on, we'll talk about that in our launch. We'll figure out what music choices we're going to have to share responsibility on the music for. Otherwise, you're going to have to listen to my punk rock stuff all the way. Albuquerque. No, I can drive straight to Albuquerque, like just go. So we're ready.
Yes, it's so funny because that would probably be so interesting because you're like Isabella, my daughter. You guys like all the what is it, like those rock bands and all that stuff? Me, not so much.
Well, that's what we'll talk about. We'll talk about music, what you need to be comfortable on the road and other things. And like the kickoff, what, maybe even some stops. If we've been to certain cities, we'll definitely ask our guests what they recommend when we can get out of this pandemic. Maybe some places we'll go.
We may not agree on the music, but with chocolate, I think we can both agree. And you're doing a fundraiser with Seas Candy. So if anyone loves Seas Candies, I know Kelly Rosetta from More Than Lupus loves Seas Candies because she can name them all. So, and she could, I think, taste them and know what type of chocolate it is. So Kelly, if you're out there looking out there, and if anybody has knowledge of Seas Candies and wants to purchase any, Melissa's having a fundraiser for Valentine's Day, and some of the proceeds go to Support Fibro and the tour and all the different advocacy efforts that we are doing. So give back by taking some amazing, delicious chocolate.
Oh, we definitely have to have Kelly on, and maybe we should do a competition. I guess. Because I know those, we know those names over here at this house. And funny story before we check out too, because I know we're getting close to that hour, is I don't go to baby showers very often though, but the chocolate and the diaper things, my mom and I killed it at every single baby shower. We know that chocolate smudging like no other business. So if anyone wants to throw down against what chocolate, I guess we are a chocolate family. So I can identify that chocolate even if it's smudged.
You know what? Kelly, if you're watching, because I know she does watch us every now and then, she'll tune in. We need this. I'll be the judge, and it'll be between Melissa from Fibro, Support Fibro, and Kelly from More Than Lupus. That would be something fun, super fun to do. And then I get to just enjoy the chocolate while you guys kind of go back and forth to see who can guess the chocolate. So yeah, so on that note, those are the updates that we have for you. I know we talked about all fun and amazing things. Just remember, we are here for you. Let us know if there's anything else that you would love for us to do, or if you need any information in regards to the Fibro Tour, any information in regards to how to share your story. I know we're going to be helping Chelsea from one of David's friends and connector, and how to share your story and give her tips on how to do that. So we're just excited to be able to help everyone in any way that we can. And if we don't have an answer, because we don't all the time, we can help you and guide you the right way. So thank you again for joining.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend, and tune in to next week when we see you on the road.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.